Hello from TeenYatDragon.com. This is Ji Sifu. Today we're going to talk about the very deep wisdom and knowledge of our magic lineage again. So the Saam Law Sun Gung that we teach. Now these knowledge that I'm going to talk about today in this video series, especially the series with the whiteboard, it's going to be more intense and more complicated for a lot of people because you don't know a lot of stuff that I am referring to. And these things could be and should be already in the previous lectures that I have been talking about. So watch the playlist or other previous videos on my channel, Yat Dragon, on YouTube, and you understand those missing parts. Now let's dig into today's lecture. So today's lecture is going to be on talking about the samfat, the internal wisdom, the knowledge of what the tiger fu is actually about. Okay, so let's start the lesson by writing the word tiger. Tiger. Fu. Okay. In Cantonese, fu. Now, this is different from the word fu, the yellow paper that we're using, fu. Okay, that one is a shorter sound. Shorter sound we call fu. Okay. It's different kind of sound, okay? The yellow paper magic thing that we refer to, fu. Okay, fu, short. This is fu, like this, fu. This is fu, low, short. Okay. Now, this just like the theory of the dragon. Okay, when we talk about these things in magic, we are not referring to a real animal. Like for example, here the fu, the tiger. It's not a real tiger, okay? Just like the dragon word, we explained that in 6th lecture, just to give you the surface meaning of what dragon is really about. Like you just start to understand the surface of it. Now this fu word, the tiger, is the same concept. We do not refer to the animal of tiger. And to understand this, we need to put the thing into the special grid that we use in order to understand what this means. So now we got the word and how it's written. Let's decode it. I'll write it bigger here, okay? Now remember the little grid, the grid that we were using all the time in the lecture, okay? We have a proactive side, always like that, okay? Proactive side to the responsive side or the receiving end, okay? Responsive or receive. Just like saying, when I want to do something, there's always a subject, okay? A to B. In between the two subjects, this is the medium, okay? The medium. For example, from me to the washroom. I want to go to the washroom. Now the medium is the thing in the middle of it. For example, the door between me and the washroom. I cannot go to the washroom because there's a door that stops me from going. Okay. Now from top to bottom, this is how time flies. Okay. When things happen, it goes from top to bottom like this. Okay, when things happen. So we have 3 stages of how things happen. Teen, Day, Yan. Okay? We refer to this concept, Teen, Day, Yan, all the time in the past. If you don't know what I'm talking about, watch the previous lecture. We got a whole lecture on this 3 realms theory. Okay, Teen, Day, Yan. Now, let's start by writing the word here then. Okay, write the block. This is the square. Okay. Now, what is fu? Tiger. is this kind of energy transmission pattern. Look, first of all, in the middle line right here, this is the middle, okay? Elements and energies come down from the middle between the two parties, the medium, okay? So energies came down in the medium. Now, this energy built a transmission direction, like it set the target to the responsive side, okay? Now, after it connected, like the thing from the medium came down and connected to the responsive side, from the proactive side, okay, from the proactive side right here, built the connection to the responsive side and brings it into action. And after that happened, the energies and the stuff that came down from the proactive side is being used up all the way. Okay? Now this is like a fuel. The energy is like fuel, like gasoline. Keep burning and finish to the finish line. Okay? Now what happened in the middle of the process is energies then came down, okay, and then bring to the responsive side to bring it into action, to set this responsive side to take action, to do something. And during the same time, like while after this one happened, the proactive side energy then get transmitted to the responsive side, making the responsive side do the action as the proactive side wanted. Now, after that happened, the proactive side finished its action with the medium. And then the energies and the action transmit to the responsive side, bring it to the final result, and set the final set in the final outcome of things, and influence whatever is solid in the receiving end. That is Fu. Now, you may be very, very confused. How come so many responsive side, proactive side, and all that stuff? Like, it's kind of hard to put it into logic, right? Why one word tiger means so many things? Well, that is the trick, and that is the secret of the magic, of Chinese magic. We treat everything in the world just like any kind of magic do that, okay? We treat everything in the world like a container, a shell. Now, this shell can contain many things as long as the properties matches. The word tiger right here that we're using in the lineage match a certain property, a certain pattern of energy transmission. Because of that, we can use the same word and correspond to other things that relate to other things that fit the same property, and use it as a container and stuff in our stuff. Usually, if you get what tiger this thing is about and what it does, basically you know what to shove into the shell, to this container. And which means whenever you do magic, you know that, oh, this tiger thing, it's relating to using the energy in this kind of manner, and then you know what it's doing. So it's a very deep thing. It's a very hard to understanding for most outsiders, because you don't get to even touch this kind of thing. Now let me try to explain the whole concept of Fu again by substituting a subject in there. Okay, so proactive side and the responsive side. Let me just try to get you something. Okay, let's talk about a company. I like this kind of thing. Okay, company. Now the company want to create a product for the receiving end, which is the consumer. Okay, so let's say this is. Give me a company. Come on. Which company I shall use? Company. Sony. Okay, Sony. This is the company. Now this right here, this guy is maybe you, okay, you. Now Sony wants to create something. And bring it to you, okay? So Sony wants to create, say, a TV or something, okay? So the subject is a TV. Okay, TV. Now, if Sony wants to bring the TV to you, what's between you, the boss of the Sony, this is the boss, okay, to you. Now, there are different levels of things. Between Sony to you, okay, in order to make the TV, this is the medium. The medium between you and Sony to get the TV at the end. So the medium is the making process. Okay? Like the it can be the workers who make the thing, the people who make the TV. Okay? This is Sony, this is you, this is the person who makes the TV. After it goes from here to here to here, you get to use and finally see the TV. Okay? Okay. So resources. Okay, let me start by. How do I start? Okay, let's go. So this is the medium. The first stage is energies, elements, resources from the top, from Sony, the company, comes down from the makers, the processing line. Okay, the factory, the people who are working in Sony, the employees. So it comes down, and then they set their target to transmit to this end. So they know, okay, how to use these things. The intention is built from the headquarter, the headquarter of the working people, the people who are making the TV in the company. They know it's going to you. Okay, now they set the target to you. So this is the transmission. Next, while these guys got the resources, then the stuff from the management level can bring the resources, the method, the plan, okay, to this and bring the future you into action. Okay, so this is like to bring to bring this maker and then to bring the people who are selling it out to action. So now, okay, by using up the resources, the maker can then make something and set it to what you need, and then bring the management ideas and stuff to reality, to bring it to real. Now, by using up the action power, which is to finish making everything, the action then bring everything, all these actions bring everything to the finish line, and then now it can bring it down to a result and store it into you. Okay, so by doing that, by going through this pattern, it's basically talking about how the medium works, how the medium brings whatever is from the proactive side, which is the boss. Okay, the medium brings stuff from the boss, process and use up the energy, and then goes to the receiving end to affect what the receiving end already have right now. So the receiving end, you have nothing, right? So it brings you to have the TV and feel the TV. Now, just having the boss don't have a TV. The boss needs the medium to make the TV, right? So in order to have the TV, you need the boss to make the TV. This is talking about how the medium takes stuff from the boss, okay, from here, to process and finish using up the two elements. Finish up the element and finish up with the action that is supposed to be done, and then bring these things to the final result, so that you, the final consumer, can actually have the final product that this boss is intended to give you at the end. Now, this same thing goes to magic or energies or anything in the world. When something is done, inheriting, transmitting, the next stage is always with the fu, is to use up the medium, then use up everything. Now, in our lectures with the dragon, you learned that dragon is related to the same kind of concept, but dragon is focusing on the inheriting part, where the transmission of the energy goes from one side to the medium and then push out and give birth to this new subject, the new thing, which is like the TV, okay? Now we refer that to giving birth to human beings, to babies, to child. So the father side is the boss. The mother is the medium. This side is you to come out, or the child to come out. So in this fu, this tiger thing, okay, if you sub it into the pregnancy example, the same pattern applies. Now this is describing how the mother works. Okay, so the mother brings the stuff from the medium in and set it to this side. Not you yet, but the you to come, which is the baby, the pregnancy. This is the stage before you actually come out. So this part is like the pregnancy part. Okay, this part. And so you can see the mother brings down the energy, the sperm and all the stuff inside the sperm to pregnancy. And so that the stuff, the sperm can start to build the bridge to set its destination to here, to the pregnancy stage. While the stuff is being used up, like a fuel, it just keeps getting used up, okay? The energy can come down to action and set it to the solid action, which is the pregnancy stage. Now the lady is pregnant, and it sets the element to this stage, to pregnancy. While it's being used up in action, meaning that the sperm and egg is going to interact and stuff, okay, it perform the action to the pregnancy and bring the pregnancy to the end of the process, and then there goes the final result, going to the final destination. So basically the fu part is more like when the sperm gets into the female's body, and then it just goes through all the stages, found the egg, and they whoop, like that, and then it sets the destination, and finally the fetus is the fetus or fetus, it just came out. Okay, so it's born. So that is how the fu pattern works. Now in our magic, we always have a phrase saying 神符分金. Let me just write that and explain, okay? So, okay. As you can see, this is all about a pattern, how energy works, travel, pass on from one side to the other side. It's not about any kind of tiger, okay? It's not about the physical tiger. Let's go. So this phrase is 神符分金. Now this phrase in Chinese, in our lineage, means a lot. It basically tells you what happened and in this stage what is going on. Now you know the properties of the tiger word, okay? How things got transmitted and then it just get used up as a fuel and keep processing, keep doing the action, and then set the stuff to the right place, to the right destination, right? Now the word sun, we learned that a lot of time already. Okay, let me just repeat. This word sun is to transmit the energy from outside of a universe to go into that universe or happening and then goes onward, okay? So this is to transmit the energies like that, and then to fu, to use up the energy and bring the stuff to whatever it's supposed to go. Fun gum. Fun gum is to distribute the gum. The gum is the essence energy, the essence of things. So in the 5 elements lecture, we talk about what is gum. Gum is a essence form of things that is being that has been processed, and this thing can give birth to new things. Now this is gum. Gum is not real gold. It's not like metal. It's not even that. The word gum means it's like when you have all the energies, thoughts, everything gathered up, and then it creates the essence form. This essence form when you have it, okay, you can use this to go through process and stuff and bring this non-physical thing into physical. This is gum. Now gum, money can be gum. Money is something that has been gathered up, made into essence form by using what? By using your time, your energy, labor, work, everything when you go to work, okay? You use all that stuff to create this money. And then this money, when you use the money, process it by like purchasing stuff, it can give birth to other things. Like you can buy other things, right? So it gives birth to other things. So this is the form of gum. 神符分金, this phrase tells you that when energy goes through the stage of tiger, it will then distribute the gum, this essence thing, into the next department or the next section or next stage. So you can pretty much think about it this way. Okay, let me draw a little picture here, okay? Wait a minute. Let me just erase this one. More space needed. Okay. So let's draw some picture. For example, our planet Earth right here, okay? Planet Earth. Right here like this, okay? Now, in the planet Earth, this is the floor. This is the surface of the planet, okay? Now let's do a dotted line around here, okay? And then, for example, there's a tree like this, okay? So you can pretty much imagine like this is the sky and stuff. Now in here, we have a sun, right? Okay. When the energies from outer space, for example, the sun gives off its energy, okay? First of all, what happened is it inherits and transmits the energy from here and build the roots all the way down. Where's my blue? So the sun set its destination and transmit all the way down. Now it transmitted and inheriting its energy to the planet Earth. When planet Earth gets it, what happened is Fu, which is the medium between the two, which is the atmosphere level right here, the middle stage, okay? Now this thing will take in the energy from the space, and then it eats the energy from the North Pole. So north, south. Okay. How do you draw that thing? It goes like that. Electromagnetic field. That's how it works. Okay? It's the magnetic field of the planet Earth eats from the North Pole. Energies from outer space comes in from north into Earth, the North Pole. After it gets that, it digests it up there, and then it will sun fu. See, fu transmit the energy into the medium right here, and then it distributes to different places, to different organs of the Earth. You can say, okay. Now, while it distributes to different places, that is the action of the tiger. It just splits. It splits everything. Splits all the useful resources to different places that it needs. For example, it will split it to the core of the Earth. It will split to the trees. It will split to the human beings. It will split to whatever. So by going through the tiger stage, it splits up the resources coming down from the boss, which is the sun, down into different places, different departments. In the theory of the boss, the workers, and the consumer, that thing, with Sony, okay, the same thing, okay. The fu part is when the resources from the boss, like money, plan, whatever ideas, all that stuff, or the resources, come down from the top level. Now this processing level of the tiger is supposed to take all that stuff and then distribute to different areas, every different places, department, so that these gold, the wealth from the boss, can be utilized in a certain area. So this area can get this gold, the wealth from the boss, which is the idea, and then they can design. Now this one, the financial department can get the gold into this, and the financial department can now do their budgeting and stuff like that. So by going through the stage of tiger, this is the property of how things work. Okay, good. Now, you may think, okay, we have been going through a lot of theories like that, but how are they really used in magic? Like you listen to all 6 lectures of Dragon, and then you're like, oh, that is really cool, very deep. But how do you really, like, how does it really work in magic? You know, how does it work? Now we're talking about tiger, and you still don't get how it worked in magic. Now, for the ease of understanding, let me give you one example. Okay, if we're doing a magic for someone, let's say for what? Okay, for let's do this. Okay, money luck boosting magic. Okay, money luck boosting magic. Money luck boost. Okay, just a minute. Let me check the camera and see if you can see it. Okay, good. You can see it. So money luck boost. Okay, for example, we're doing a talisman, one of the yellow magic paper. Okay, so we're doing that paper now. In the fu that we are going to choose to do, there might be one that use the word tiger, for example. Just example, okay, not true, but example. Okay, we have a fu right here. Okay, you don't know what it say. You don't know what it means. Now I'm going to decode the fu and let you know. And then you're like, oh, you can decode these things. Yeah, of course. Every fu right here can be decoded. Okay, let me check the camera again. Oh no, it's not showing the bottom. Anyway, it's fine. I won't write that low then next time. Okay, so it's not showing right here. Anyway. So maybe I should redraw this, just because you need to see the stuff, okay? Every fu can be decoded. If you cannot understand all these things, how can you understand what you're drawing? Okay? There we go. Now you can see it. Okay, let us decode this one, okay? If you are trying to help yourself or someone with magic, the talisman, to fix money luck problem, what is this fu meaning? Okay, first of all, we have tickling right here. Tickling. Now this word, well, I'll explain it in another video. It means to tie or to bond this command. Okay, to bond this command, to tie it to something, to get the energy and tie it up. Okay, tie to something. Now, what is this 3 check marks right here, like this? Okay, remember a grid. First, energy, the whole essence infused to the center, the medium, which is the fu. And then the whole thing of the proactive side, which is from me, the one who is writing the food. And now to the user or the consumer. Okay, so the 3 stages is like this. First, it came down from the medium, which is the food that you're using. Okay, you get my food, piece of paper. You get that paper. Okay, first get the paper, and then my energy is infused to your side. Now, what is the 3 loopies here? 1, 2, 3. What is this? Okay. Now, the energy go from my side to go from the food to bring my elements to you, and bring my action to you and form the action. Bring your bring my final result to you and bring you to a final result. This is what this means. Now, there are many different loopies here. There can be 3, 5, 7, 9, etc. This is one Fa Ling, a command loop. Okay, this is a command loop. Now, this command loop, the number of loops left and right, you can watch the rewatch the video on the 9 dragons, and basically that 9 dragon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 can tell you what it means. This is the 3 loops. 3 loops is to store in, to absorb, store in, and so that it can start doing stuff internally. So after this one, it means that, okay, I tie up the energy, and then the energy got infused from the food, infuse my energy to the user. The user now goes through the 3 loopies, meaning that now the energy will bring my stuff, my energies to the user, and then this means that it will use up my side, my energy, through the food, building a bridge to you, and then consume and use up to the finish line. You see, we can decode the whole food like this. Now here, right here, these words, 神符分金, we already decode the whole thing. It means to, energy goes outside of you to you, and then it will distribute to different departments that is needed. Okay, 神符分金, this is 靈人. Okay, this 靈, and then 人like this. Now, this word here is 2 words, 靈人. Yan is the stamp. Now, the stamp of energy is when energy transmit here and there, and there's a line where energy travels. This is the stamp. Ling is the command. Okay, so basically what it's doing is reinforcing the energy transmission route of how things from the user can absorb from the main source of his own. So with this food, it means you can use it for money luck boost, because basically what money luck is, or the wealth luck is when the energies from your Lingyun, the spiritual planet, absorb the energy from the pre-heaven, goes to the soul body. The soul body goes to your physical body. Your physical body gets it, and there goes the energy that creates your future, which is related to your luck. Okay? Now, because the stuff that is being consumed by the soul or by your body is not being absorbed. It's just like when you eat food, it's not absorbing. Then you get fat. It's not healthy. And why your luck is very stuck can be because you have good potential up there. Okay, in your life you have good potential. The potential gets into you and cannot be utilized. It cannot be put into useful state. Like you have all the wisdom, all the theories, all the stuff inside. It just cannot be put to action, put to a specific department inside your brain to make it to become something useful. Now with this food here, it helps to store in. It helps to distribute. By doing that, okay, if the thing is used for your money, luck, and stuff like that, it makes you able to unleash your potential while you're going to work or doing your business. So at least you can utilize all that potential right here to push it to a useful state so that your job is done with all the potential that you can have in your life or your brain. You see, just by doing the one simple decoding here and also understanding what the fu word means. Now, this fu is a real fu. You can finally get it because the fu now means something to you. Without knowing what it means, okay, the fu will not get all the power because you don't know what you're doing. Now, this is what we call samfat. Samfat is like the wisdom, the meat inside the magic, the meat or the soul of the magic. If you don't know all these things, how can your magic be effective? I can give you all the methods, all the fu and spells, and you can copy. But you don't know what's inside, you don't know all these things, all these fu and stuff is going to be very weak because you don't know what you're writing. You don't know what exactly it's about. There's no intention and thought infused to the stuff. And it's not simple. It takes a long time to learn and master. So, hope you guys like this video, and remember to share and like and subscribe. And don't forget to watch the other older videos too, so that you can understand more stuff from my older videos. And if you really want to learn magic for real and put that into practical use in your life, feel free to email us and get going so we can get you to ordain and teach you stuff. Okay, we'll see you next class. Bye-bye.